And you have no style or sense of fashion.
Well, I think that depends on what you're...
No, that wasn't a question.
Fashion in this film plays a huge role.
It is the film, I think, you know. We're just adjuncts to the film. It's really the fashion is the film.
How can I answer the question, why is fashion so important in this film? Honestly.
Fashion's something that you wear outside. It's something that's on your back. It's something that people see you with. It's something you're judged with. And I think you have to really, we had to take a really fine line where we didn't turn our noses up to it, but we understood it, accepted it, and also embraced it with a sense of respect.
What about accessories for April?
One thought I had was enamel, bangles, pendants, earrings.
No, we did that 2 years ago. What else?
Well, they're showing a lot of florals right now, so I was thinking I could
Florals?
do a
For spring. Groundbreaking.
Well, it was very important for us in the beginning of the film that Andy not be an unattractive girl at all. We wanted her to be, you know, kind of the girl next door.
She doesn't fit the mold of the way people who work at Runway normally look or present themselves. And that's a very important component piece of working on this particular ship.
We wanted her to just look like a girl you know, a girl you see on the subway, your babysitter, and so we shopped accordingly.
Over time, though, Andy, of course, transforms herself into more of the kind of woman that works at Runway, and she boops up her appearance.
On day one, she has no idea what fashion is and isn't interested at all, and by 30 minutes in, she's transformed the way she looks, and she's transformed her view of the value of this job and the people who do it.
And then when she decides to change herself for Runway, we decided that her clothes should reflect that, and she's almost like a textbook stylish girl. She doesn't take a whole lot of risks, although some people disagree with me. I wear some pretty risky boots, but...
Are you wearing the
Chanel boots?
Yeah, I am.
You look good.
What? Chanel? Oh, shut up, Sophia.
My character in this, as you can see from my Star Trek type deal that's going on today, is like, I mean, Emily is so on the edge of fashion, she's practically falling off.
Key element in everyone's wardrobe are the shoes. Well, feet rarely make appearances in movies. You're always struggling to, how are we gonna, you know, and I learned on Sex and the City, well, you just gotta start the shot on the shoes, you know, and so there's a lot of tilting up and down in the movie. A lot of whoop down to her shoes, whoop down, you know, up from her shoes.
I mean, New York is a fashion center.
There's no way you can do a movie about publishing and fashion without having shot it in New York. It's a character in this movie. And it would have been impossible to have made it feel as true a first experience in any world unless we had shot there.
New York was an essential part of telling the story. The opportunity to shoot in New York meant that we could be on the steps of the Natural History Museum, and we could see Andy running to Smith & Wollensky and dashing through Midtown, and we could be in Tribeca and Soho and the Village, and really capture the full experience of what makes New York so thrilling for both the people at the top of the food chain and the people at the bottom of the food chain.
New York is a great city. There's so many different kinds of people here. The population, the mix of this population, the cultures. And the fact that we're all kind of like compacted together, and we're in the streets all the time. So we have that human experience. So I think anyone living in New York, in that sense, will be able to draw from that, whether they're in fashion or whatever they're in. It's just that special thing.
We went all over New York, and I think that it was important that we showed the whole city. I think we made a big effort to do that. From the glamorous parts of the city, to the up-and-coming parts of the city, to the not the glamorous parts of the city. From the inside out, you know, from coming in and out of subways to coming in and out of town cars to aerial views. You really felt that you saw it all.
I think that it is pretty evident when you see movies that are shot in Montreal for New York. You just can't, you know, it's not the same. It just isn't the same.
It was really important that it was kind of a love letter to New York. To give that kind of send-up to New York was something that we all really felt was really important.
If I had my way, I wouldn't shoot any place other than New York. I have no interest really in shooting any place else. I love it.